What's going on, everyone? SurgicalSnipes here, back at it again with another Diablo Immortal video. What is going on, everyone? We are in day 30. Day 30 of Diablo Tries to Contact Blizzard Entertainment. Alright. I think it's day 30. It's either day 29 or day 30. I lost count already. You know, I've been uploading some music. You know, I've been making some AI music. If you guys haven't checked it out, the music's pretty cool, I think, you know. Everybody's going to like their own music, right? But, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy this music that I make using Suno, right? I use Suno AI music. Anybody can make songs nowadays, and these songs that I make are really are promoting the my whole my whole cause my whole message that I'm attempting to show here to Blizzard Entertainment. You know, in most of my songs, it's pretty much about me. You know, about me being Diablo, the #1 player of the entire game. You know, the Demon Hunter King. Will Blizzard recognize that I'm Diablo? No 5-star gems, charms, runes, familiars, ancient gear equipped. That's pretty much in all my songs that I'm putting out there and that I'm posting, and it's funny shit, you know. It's funny shit. But anyways, y'all, I'll talk about more about my music in the future, in the next video or two. But anyways, let's talk about this match. So in this match, you know, Alley of Blood ended a couple days ago, and this is one of the matches I'm in. You know, we got the a couple of the players in this match are from the famous Monstars team. You know, for those who don't know who the Monstars are a group of players, are a team that got pretty good, that ranked pretty high in the last bout of Realms, the free-to-play bout of Realms. And yeah, you know, this is the team right here. You know, we got a couple of them on my team, and some of them on the other team. And yeah, this was one of the matches that really stood out. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's pretty funny. And yeah, this is the match right here. So I'm here running around. You know, our team's doing pretty good on kills. You know, we got one of the towers already. Our first tower is taking damage already, but we're doing pretty good right now. It seems like the whole meta right now is just all about tanks, right? Everybody's playing tanks. Either they're playing as a barb, or a satyr, or even a druid, or even a blood knight. You know, because all these classes, those classes, they're immune to damage, or some of them are able to regen or lifesteal. And that's what everybody's doing, you know. But me, I don't have that. I don't have any of that, and I'm able to hold my own here. You know, they have the advantage because, you know, they're able to be invincible, you know, or become untargetable. It's just ridiculous, you know. At least let all classes have that. In my opinion, to have class balance, I think it would be cool if all classes had that, or no classes have it at all, right? Because what ends up happening is that players are just gonna spam the classes that are able to do that, right? If a class is able to become invincible, or immune to damage, or untargetable, or have lifesteal where they deal damage and then they're getting their health back right away, you know, that's bullshit if you don't have that, if other classes don't have that also, right? So for example, the class that I play, the Demon Hunter class, doesn't have that, and we're at a disadvantage, right? Because we can't just kill the player in a 1v1 because they're gonna just be invincible, and it shows in this match here. But I can only do what I can do, right? If I'm able to do damage, then I should be able to win the battle. But if I can't do damage, then the other guy's gonna get me. That's how it works. So anyways, it is what it is, y'all. I could just do the same shit and, you know, play Barb or Satyr or play as a tank class, but, you know, I really don't play tank classes, you know. And plus, I don't want to go through all that bullshit of grinding the essences, you know. I hate that, you know. I do not enjoy it at all to freaking go and get all the essences, you know. Because it's bullshit, right? You should be able to pick whatever build you want right from the jump, you know. If not, I'm not gonna even try to do it because it's a waste of time to freaking go and do all that shit, all that PVE stuff, and, you know, so I'm not a fan of it, right? Like right now, right? I'm still like in what am I in? I was in I11. Well, technically, I'm still in I11, right? Because I can't equip the I12 gear because I'm like, what, P1375 or 1376, right? So my Paragon's not even at in Inferno 12 yet. I can farm in Inferno 12 still, but I can't equip the Inferno 12 gear yet because I just, like I said, I just hate playing PvE. You know, every time there's a new hell difficulty or a new Inferno difficulty, it's just a complete pain, you know. It's annoying to say the least, right? So it is what it is, y'all. Like, you know, plus there's other games that I play, you know. So do I look forward to playing PvE just to make the PvE more playable? No. And that's why I'm putting it off, because it's like a chore for me. It's a chore, right? That's why I like when matches like this happen, like when the limited time events like Alley of Blood or Conqueror PvP are around, because you don't got to worry about that shit, right? We don't got to worry about, you know, grinding gear or levels or Paragon levels or nothing like that, you know, in fair play PvP. And I wish it was like that all the time, but it's not. And, you know, I've been there before. I've been there, done that in order to increase to go to the next hell difficulty or Inferno difficulty. You know, you just have to go through the grind of dungeon farming your set items and all that shit. I've done it for almost 4 years already, right? So it's just it's nothing new, and it's just, you know, I'm kind of bored of it, right? I'm kind of sick of it. You know, I don't like playing PvE at all. But I know I got to do it in order to keep up with the server Paragon and all that shit. And you know, it is what it is, right? If it was up to me, then, you know, I wish I could just log into the game and play PvP, you know, the Battlegrounds or Conqueror, or even this one, right? This one right here, the Alley of Blood, really isn't my favorite at all, because, you know, if the other guy gets his 99 stacks or whatever, then he's pretty much a juggernaut, and then it's just not a fun time. I'm never a fan of the whole stacking marks mechanic thing. Like, I don't like that. Right? There should be there should be no room for that shit where a player is stacking more damage than the other player. You know, it should be all just same stats all across the board the whole match, in my opinion, right? But now, like in the Battlegrounds, now they have that shit going on now with adding the PvE monsters, those wolfhounds or whatever they're called, and it's just not right. But that's where we're at, yo. You know, people can complain this and that, but, you know, whatever the game is right now, it's the game that we have. So hopefully it'll get better. And yeah, as you can see there, you know, it was just too much shit, like just too much one shots going on around. People's damage is all different. You know, I'm not a big fan of that. But anyways, y'all, this was the match. We got some familiar faces out here. If you guys know who these people are, you know, the Monstars. Crazy top players, you know, crazy top players from the NA East. From North America East. From the Darkening of Tristram server cluster. I think. And yeah, these are the top players out here, you know, and crazy match. Crazy match, you know, big top well players, and it is what it is, y'all. You know, everybody's running freaking tank builds and shit, and I'm out here, you know, as a squishy DPS class, and yeah, y'all, everybody's running freaking tanks nowadays. You know, it's just insane, right? It's just insane how tanks are, you know, and it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing because it shouldn't get to that point, but you know, if it's there, then you know players are gonna do that, right? They're gonna fucking they're gonna play whatever the meta is, you know, and of course that's an advantage, right? But we all know the meta class since day one is the Demon Hunter class, the class that I play. You know, we're not invincible, right? But we don't have to be invincible, you know. We don't have to be invincible to do our shit, you know. And you know, I'm the proof and all that, right? I'm the proof in all this shit as far as the whole debate of what is the most OP class in the game. Right? And so many people don't understand that the Demon Hunter class has always been the most OP class in the game. You know. And yeah. You know, Demon Hunter has always been the most OP PvP class in the game, and this match proves it even more, you know. What else? That's about it, y'all. You know, like we're gonna have a see right there, like you see that's what happens if a barbarian doesn't have their undying rage, then that's what happens. You see, so all these classes, you know, they need their immune to damage. All these tank classes and shit, they need their immune to damage in order to get their kills and shit. But without if they're not invincible, then they're easily gonna get dispatched by the Demon Hunter class, as was shown there, you know. Right, and it's not the player's fault. It's not the player's fault, but you know, it is what it is, you know. But that's just to show that, you know, that's the power of the Demon Hunter class, right? That's the power of the Demon Hunter class, and hopefully you guys can see that the Demon Hunter class is the best PvP class in the game. This is just another proof video, right? I'm playing with a bunch of tanks, like against a bunch of tanks, and even tanks on my team, and here I'm able to show that it's not the tanks that rule the whole thing. It's the Demon Hunter class, you know. Maybe I'm just the exception, right? Because I'm the #1 player of the entire game. But anyways, you know, this is the match here, and you know, even right now, right? Like the battleground season happened like last week or something. You know, I'm not even playing it, right? Because I hate going through all that shit of playing against all the bots and shit, all the bot matches. It's just stupid, right? But I got to do it eventually if I want to, you know, climb to legend. And like I said, I don't even care anymore. I don't care if I climb to legend anymore because I already know who I am in the game, right? And what's it called? Everybody that's ahead of me in the leaderboards, it's all fake. Nobody's ahead of me in the battleground leaderboards. In when it comes to the real deal shit, when it comes to the true skill. And yeah. So anybody who's talking shit about my PvP skills, then just, you know, just keep yapping. Keep yapping, you know. Because when it's fair play PvP, even when even when going up against classes that are invincible and shit. The Demon Hunter class, if played right, is able to have these kind of results. So. But yeah, this is a cool match because this had some of the Monstar players from the team Monstars on my team and on the opposing team, and everybody's playing Barb. As you guys can see, everybody's playing Barb or Satyr or Drew or Blood Knight, and it was a funny match. This is like this is a match that shows the truth, right? Sometimes players they think that they're this amazing player and shit, but then when they play fair play PvP against the actual number one player of the game, this is the kind of shit that happens, right? This is the real shit. This is the reality, the truth, I should say. And I mean, yeah, we could say that maybe the other team didn't have good players, but this is what would really happen in fair play PvP. And this wasn't even 100% fair play PvP, right? Like going up against classes that are invincible and shit, or immune to damage, or invulnerable, or whatever you want to call it. And I was still able to do what I do. All right, y'all. So that's gonna be the end of this video. I want to upload battleground matches, but I don't want to upload the fucking bot matches. This is stupid, and it's just a pain to go through all that shit. I'll do it eventually, and go through the server Paragon stuff. But yeah, day 30, we are a month into this of Diablo tries to contact Blizzard Entertainment. And yeah, that's the one. That's all I got for y'all for this one. SurgicalSnipes signing off. Blizzard, if you're watching this shit, holla at your boy. SurgicalSnipes. Here we go.